In this video, I will introduce you to the main concepts of Weagree's template creation tool. On the Administrator page, click on the magenta button and select the template you need to modify. We are now in the Template Creation tool. The section on the left displays the template structure, allowing you to browse and modify each of the contract's clauses or to go to the related Q&A elements. The toolbar located above is used to insert and structure clauses in the template and to organize your contract know-how. The screen on the right is where you type or copy-paste the text from your Word document. The toolbar, located above, is used to format the text, to insert tags that trigger Q&A questions and formulate the Q&A elements. To modify the contract text, click on the clause on the left-hand side that corresponds to the relevant contract clause. This content-related part on the right side will be demonstrated in the next tutorial video. In this video tutorial, I will focus on the left side, the structuring and insertion of a template. The composition of the button bar changes depending on the focus in the template below. Typically, the building blocks represent the articles of your contract. You can insert a building block by going to the building block after which you want to insert it. The structure on the left-hand side reinforces the perception of the contract outline. However, the actual numbering of paragraphs is determined by the style in the .x file. Therefore, you should never copy-paste any numbering and never insert two clauses with a different numbering level into the same contract clause. Although the level 1 indication automatically follows the structure on the left, you are free to assign any other formatting style to the text of the building block if the eventual Word document so requires. Under the building blocks, you can insert contract clauses. The building block Work Changes contains the contract clause Change Impact Report. You can insert another contract clause immediately below this one, or add indented clauses if, for example, you need to insert additional change procedure steps. We recommend that you create a contract clause on the left-hand side for each contract paragraph. Inserting multiple contract paragraphs in one clause is possible. Some of the building blocks are marked with a grey bar. These building blocks were taken from the clause library and can be reused in more than one template. To insert or modify them, click Organize Global Building Blocks. Less visible are the boilerplate clauses, the contract clauses that appear in several templates and are textually the same. There are more of them than you might think, and not only in the miscellaneous article. Here is the oddest one. In case you've misplaced a contract clause or building block, use the up and down arrows to move the inserted clause or building block upwards or downwards. If a building block or contract clause needs to be optional, click the Clause Inclusion button. This is marked with a question mark. This optionality also means that if this clause is not to be included in the contract by virtue of a Q&A answer, none of the contract clauses underneath it will appear in the Word document either. If you don't want this optionality, toggle Clause Inclusion again. If your model contract provides for several text options, you can trigger them in the questionnaire. This variability of the contract can be achieved easily by inserting a choice tree with the option answers that will appear in the questionnaire. If only one option is to be selected, select radio buttons or a drop-down list rather than checkboxes. If you're working with more than one administrator on one template at the same time, or if the template is particularly large, you can focus on one building block or one contract clause only. This objects-oriented visual aspect of the template creation tool has a number of distinct advantages. Structure and content are divided. Every administrator will be able to check or modify the work of another administrator without guidance or explanation. There is really no programming language. It is objects-oriented, and there is no debugging or compiling required. Changes apply real-time. Now, let's get started and create a contract on our own. Please proceed with the next video.